Hello YouTube, and this is Rob from Rob's Custom Creations, and today I am going to do a video on the Mustang. I'm going to go ahead and do a walk around and show you guys the different modifications that I did to the Mustang. And if you have seen my other video, which is the video with the Dodge Challenger, which is part one of a series of videos I'm going to do on the Dodge Challenger and explain all the work that I've done on the Challenger in detail, then you can use that video and you can make a comparison as far as the modifications that I did to the Challenger versus the modifications I did to the Mustang. Both vehicles are exceptional vehicles in their own class. Each vehicle has its pros and its cons. With one vehicle you can do certain modifications that will look great, versus if you try to apply those same modifications on a different vehicle, then those modifications will not look as good or as great. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing a walk around. And yes, I put a lot of striping on this car, and the striping color is tomato red. And I also did some strobe striping, and I also did some racing stripes, and I combined all of the different pinstriping, strobe striping, and racing stripes on this vehicle, and I try to balance it out as much as I could. Yes, and those are my neighbors showing up. I also did some decals, and when I am doing more work, because I'm going to be doing work on the Toyota Tundra, as far as the decals are concerned, I will make a video detailing how I come up with the concept of applying those stripes, how I come up with cutting those stripes, shaping the stripes, and who I actually get it done with. Because I do have a source, and I do have a buddy of mine that I go to actually have him cut me all these decals. And these decals are custom made. I don't buy these decals. I have them made especially for the application or the car I'm putting it on. And there's a lot of different aspects that go into making the different decals, the wording, like sizing, and you know, where you're going to place it on the actual vehicle, and what color you're going to put it in, depending on the location of where you're putting it on the vehicle. So these are different aspects that I take into account before doing any work on any vehicle. I take the time to actually measure everything out. I take the time to look at the contours of the vehicle, look at the lines of the vehicle, and that has a lot to do, and that influences a lot how I place different items, different decals, different stripes on the actual car. And I've done a few things that are different, especially with the lighting, that I have not done with the Challenger yet. And I will go ahead and show you that on the remote. What I did was I tied the lighting in with all the main lighting of the actual vehicle. So for example, if I press the open button to open the car of the vehicle, of course the lighting will come on. And I use different forms of lighting. You know, I use the flexible strip LED lights. You know, there are flexible strip LED lights that are running under the vehicle that are in blue, that of course you can only see at night. And I will do a video showing that mark the vehicle at night, and the vehicle lights up, you know, near the door area. So let's say if you're in a very dark place and you need to see where you're going when you're approaching the vehicle, you know, as soon as you press the open, when you're opening the door of the vehicle, that lighting will come on, and you know, you will be able to see where you're placing your feet when you're stepping into the vehicle. And I did that as a safety feature, mostly as a safety feature, but you know, I also did it to give it a unique accent, and to accent the vehicle, you know, at night. And of course, when I'm driving and when I turn the main lights on, those lights that are that I place under the undercarriage, they do come on, but they are very soft. They produce a very soft glow. So I know in my area here in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, when I'm driving around, I have no issues whatsoever as far as the lighting that's under the undercarriage of the vehicle with the local authorities. But every place is going to be different. Every place is going to have different restrictions as far as lighting is concerned. So before doing any kind of work as far as lighting on your vehicle, I urge everyone to check your local laws, to make sure that, you know, you're complying with your local laws and that you're not violating any laws when you're driving around and displaying all the lights that you've placed on your vehicle. So I'm going to do another walk around and explain some other modifications I've done. I went ahead and put hood pins on there with the lanyards. I think that's a great look for any muscle car. Any muscle car that has the hood pins and the lanyards, it definitely changes the look of your vehicle dramatically, and it gives you a very aggressive look. And I definitely urge anybody that is contemplating or deciding whether or not they want to place hood pins and lanyards on their muscle cars. I definitely urge anyone to go ahead and do it, because I've done this look on the Mustang and the Challenger, and both vehicles have come out looking exceptional with that look. Also, I've added a lot more decals to this car versus when you compare it to the Challenger. There's several reasons why I did this to the Mustang and I held off doing it on the Challenger. Number one And this is the most important reason why I did it more on the Mustang than the Challenger. On the Mustang, it just looks a lot better and it fits the vehicle a lot better than the Challenger body style. The Mustang is very adaptable, and I would say, since I have a Mustang and a Challenger, I think that the Mustang is more adaptable when it comes to placing more aesthetic enhancements on your vehicle. I think it looks a lot better than placing all this the same look on the Challenger. I think it just suits the Mustang body style a lot better than the Challenger. And as you can tell, I did more accenting as far as the pinstriping. I used different sizes of pinstripes, as you can see. And of course, that is the red pinstriping that I used on there, which are different sizes. That's in the tomato red. And I also used some blue pinstriping, as you guys can see. I'm going to do a little close up here. There we go. To kind of accent some areas of the red. And I didn't do it in every single place where I placed the red at. I just did it in some key areas. Key areas to me are the front areas, which include, as you guys can tell, which is the hood area, which is one of the most prominent places of the vehicle, and the front fenders. You know, those are the areas that people see the most. Those are the areas that stand out the most when you're driving the car. I don't care what direction you're coming from, those are the most prominent areas of the vehicle. And that's where I decided to place the blue pinstriping to complement and accent the red pinstriping. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to come back around here. I put the Flowmaster Super 44s on there. And that's all I've done as far as the tuning, as far as the tone and the sound of the vehicle. On the Challenger, of course, I've done a lot more. But on the Mustang, I kept it kind of simple. I may decide to upgrade the way it sounds, but at the moment I'm kind of pleased with the way it sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on for you guys so you guys can take a listen. So for now, I'm going to do this video in a series of videos. So this is going to be part one of the Mustang. There's a lot more modifications that I want to explain that I've done, especially on the interior. Let me go ahead and pull this camera off real quick. Oops, sorry about that. And this is just going to be a little teaser as far as what I've done in here. On the Mustang, as you guys can see, I pulled out all the buttons that control the AC and the heater. And all that is push button touchscreen, as you guys can see. See? I just like that a lot better versus the buttons that were on there. And the radio comes up. And it makes it a lot cleaner, a lot neater. And I've also got a camera system in here, so just for safety reasons when I'm driving around, you know, if something were to happen, any accidents or whatever, you know, the video, you know, says it all. Yes, and it is a manual, six speed. So that will be it for now. Like I said, this is going to be a series of videos, and this is just part one. And I will go more in depth as far as exactly what all the modifications I've done on this vehicle, how I did them, why I did them, and explaining where you can get these parts if you're interested in doing something similar to your Mustang. So please stay tuned for part two of the Challenger series, and stay tuned for part two of the Mustang series. I thank everyone for looking at my videos, and thanks, like, and subscribe, and hopefully you guys will watch part two.